Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Greencast World. My name is Ana Celia and I'm here with
Hello, I'm
Yeah.
Jihan.
Yes, this is a very special episode. I am in the Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire. It is an amazing place. As I mentioned in one of the previous episodes, I love to camping and we are doing it for 2, 3 nights. So we decided to do it from this location. Why not?
Yes,
And thank
podcast
you,
from
Jihan.
location.
Yes,
That is
thank you for being
amazing.
flexible with us. Yes.
Tell me,
So today,
no, I was going to tell me a little bit more about the park. I love national parks in the United States. They're amazing, and that looks like a nice one. Is it?
it is a very popular one. This lake is the third biggest or largest lake in the New England area. In case you don't know them, in case somebody that is listen to us doesn't know that much about areas in the U.S., the New England is called a group of 5 states that is in the northeast of the U.S. with Vermont, Maine, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, where I am right now, and Massachusetts, where I live. So this is pretty much like 2 hours and a half from home. This lake is very popular during the summer. There is a lot of vacation houses, a lot of activities to do in the water, hiking, and majority of the campsites you got to stay for a week. So that's why we decided to come before the summer starts because we are planning to stay only 3 nights. So yeah,
That is
super
amazing.
beautiful,
Love it. I
super beautiful.
especially love it that we were talking about camping, like on the previous episode, and then
Mhm.
Anna said, "Oh, guess what? I'm going camping for next week." So we were like, "Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah, we do it from location. It's fine."
Yeah, why not? Why
Yeah.
not? Yes, and in some point of this episode, because it's also related with the topic that we are going to talk about, we're going to show how we do to save some energy while we are outside, and it's actually the reason because I'm able to record this episode today. But we are going to show that later. Um, this episode, as I said, is not about my camping trip. It's pretty much about renewable energy resources. Um, we want to present our point of view as a customers, um, taking advantage of the resources that we have in our area.
We're not scientists, people. Don't come at us with that's not the scientific way. We are not scientists. We're just customers.
We are passionate people
We're
trying to do
trying.
our best, and we try to research as much as we can for in everything thing that we do, but we are discovering things every day. So maybe something that we are doing today, we are gonna see as super wrong in the future. But we are here. Actually, if the somebody that is listening to us and have any feedback, just let us know if we can improve in something that is something that you discover that it is giving you better results. So we are here open to anything, and we are in a continuous learning process.
It's all about the learning, indeed. So today, though, we said we want to talk about a little bit about renewable energy and what that means. So for those who don't know, renewable energy, it's all those that are collected from renewable resources or like resources that you find in the
In the
naturally environment, like the wind, like the sunlight, like the water, all of those things, when used properly, they can produce energy, which I think it's an amazing gift that Mother Earth give us. She just keeps giving. The fact that we can use things that are around us to create energy to fuel our cars or to use the things that we use in the house. I think that is amazing.
It is totally. Depending of the area, the resources can be taken um, more efficiently.
Yeah.
It depends. For example, where you live, you mentioned before that you guys take more advantage of wind. For
Yes.
example, here in or in this area, but especially in Massachusetts where I live, the government has been investing a lot in solar energy. And in general, now in the market, you can find many products that can help you to take advantage of the sun that is there for the biggest part of the day, depending of the season. Of course, sometimes in winter, it can be less, but still, you always have it there. And you gotta take advantage of what you have, and actually doesn't cost anything because sun is always there available for you. It's a great source of vitamin as well. So
vitamin D.
that's the thing that I'm gonna get more into, but I don't know if you want to start with
No,
what you guys doing well.
It's good to say though that solar energy doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be super sunny. It's the UV light. So as long as there's daylight, you can harvest solar energy. Unfortunately, you can't do it at nighttime, but the technology is already there where you can harvest it throughout the day and then collect that sort of like a battery, like charge it, and then use that at night if you must. So yeah. But a lot of people think, oh, if it's not sunny, then what's the point? No, it's fine as long as it's daylight.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So do you want me to speak about the solar energy first, or you want to start with the wind?
Go ahead with the solar. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, as you were mentioning, the solar energy is collected in solar panels. The solar panels can be built in so many different materials depending of the dimensions of the solar panels that you are going to use, and depending of the devices and the consumption that you are going to get from there. One of the most common is seeing them big solar panels in big green areas. For example, here in Massachusetts, it's common to see it in the highway distributors. Yeah. Also, the government is helping people to invest in solar panels at their homes.
Yeah,
they are taking 26% off the cost from taxes, and they give them super good loans to get it, to paying 40, 50 or more years. So if you are a homeowner, it will be great to check those options. For people that live in apartments like me, if your condominium doesn't have it, it will be a little more difficult. But actually, we take advantage of the same devices that we use during camping in winter season. We take advantage of the same devices and use it for our little, like the Amazon Echo, or sometimes we charge the cell phones or little things like that. And also the majority of the electricity providers offer you a greener alternative.
Yeah.
Most of them in Massachusetts come from the energy, from the solar energy, and that is exactly what I'm doing at home. I pay like 10 extra cents for every kilowatts. At the end of the month, it's not that much. That is also something that excites me about this topic, because in many of the topics that we have been talking in the previous episodes also shows how having a more sustainable lifestyle can save you a lot of money. In this case, it's not always like that. In this case, it's time to invest a little bit more for nature. I would say in the short term, because if you see it in the long term, you are consuming less electricity and your bills should start to go down as well. So it's good to get the numbers and again put the nature in your priorities, because it's a little bit about that too.
Yeah, getting the solar panels installed in your house is not cheap anywhere in the world. No. We recently bought a house and we inquired here about it, because apparently there's some grants as well from the government, but you have to pass, certain amount of whatever requirements for it. They also over here offer you the thermal one, which means that they put a big tube like on the earth next to your house, and that, you know, does the thermal thing. There's many options, which is good to know. I know when I was living in Houston, well, I lived with my parents, so I didn't pay utilities, but I know my mom also had the green thingy, whatever, and part of the electricity that she consumed, that will consume the house, was part of green energy as well. I wanted to mention, because you were talking about the panels, but then you said you use some in your apartment, and I guess that what you mean by that is just like me. You have a little tiny solar panel charger. For the people who are seeing us, you can see it on the screen now. If you're not seeing us, then I don't know, you'll have to imagine it. It's like a tiny little solar screen panel, and this is a what do you call it, energy pack or something. So basically you store the energy, and then you can charge your phone, you can charge, I don't know, your tablet, little things like that. And it's very good to have when you're going on road trips. So if you're out and about, because you can just put it on the dash of your car, and then, you know, you're driving and that's charging at the same time. So these little things are very handy, and they're not really that expensive. When you, especially when you compare it with, you know, having solar panels in your house, this is not expensive.
I know there is many cell phone chargers with solar panels.
Yeah.
Just research. We want to show the devices that we have for camping. We did a lot of research, and actually I wasn't the one that did the biggest part of the research. So my husband did, and he's gonna show us very quick the devices that we bought.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So, hi. I'm just going to show you guys quickly some of the products that we actually use. We did some research. We ended up with Goal Zero, which started back in 2007, which in a humanitarian project that they were doing in Africa, providing solar power to small communities that didn't have any power. So we decided to go with the Jetty, which is a device that just stores the energy, UV light, the sunlight that we use the solar panel as well with it. And then with this, we can store enough power to charge up our cell phones if we need them.
Air mattress.
Air mattress in which we use, it only consumes half of it as well. And it's super easy, it's quick. It all depends on the type of day that we have. If it's very sunny, we might have it filled up in 24 hours. If it's a day cloudy, like today, for example, it goes up to 36 hours, but it's something that we use on an every single day basis. We keep the solar panel right next to the window, and then we just leave it plugged in, and then we just connect another device on the side, and that's what we use the majority of the time to power up, for example, like Anna mentioned, the Amazon Echo to listen to music on a daily basis, as well as our cell phone charges throughout the day.
That is amazing. I've never seen one with like a fold-in panel like that. That is very cool.
It is, and it's super easy. You can just
fold
store it, fold it like an iPad, and it's stored up completely. It has the base and everything on it. So
yeah,
it's a very handy device that we adore.
It might be good for us if we tag it or like do a mention when we publish the podcast, so people who are interested and want to find out can go and have a look and find out more.
Exactly.
Yes, I mean, it's something that it can last a long time. It has a guarantee, and also when you buy it, you are collaborating with the Humanity Help, the projects that they have to provide energy to populations that doesn't have it at all in Africa and other remote places.
So you help both the environment and the people. Perfect, win-win.
Yes, exactly.
It's always good.
Thank you,
You're
Eddie. He's my
welcome.
technical assistant. Anytime we are doing the podcast, here's the best. Oh, thank you.
That is awesome.
So
Thank you,
excited.
Eddie. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we don't really have much, especially because you're from location today. One more thing I just wanted to mention. You were saying that Massachusetts is mostly solar energy that it's harvested.
Yes.
Here in Wales, where I am, is mostly wind energy. I am in the mountains, and you see like farms of wind turbines along the mountains.
Beautiful.
They also have a couple of offshore, which are in the beach, they're in the sea. And Wales currently generates 22% of its electricity from wind power, or from renewable power. Also, Wales, if anyone knows the UK, you have England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Wales is one of the smallest countries of the three, and yes, it is a country. But it's one, like Wales produces energy and exports it to the rest of the UK. So a lot of the water and the wind energy that is produced in Wales is then exported to the rest of the UK, which I think is amazing considering we're such a small part of, a small country. And yeah, and I love driving around and seeing all of the wind turbines. It's really amazing. And I know the government has invested a lot of money and they have plans on making more of them, because Wales is also compromised to meet the decarbonization targets by 2030. So by 2030, they want to be, if not 100%, but as much green as they can, which makes me very happy to live here and not in England.
Yeah, of course. I mean, knowing that your area is making an effort makes you feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, or either they are investing a lot because they can, or you are living in a culture that, or you living in a place that already has a culture of saving resources. That I will mention again, my home country. I mean, we maybe don't know about sustainability, is not maybe part of the culture, but we know a lot about saving. And I mean, there is a lot of nature there. We take advantage a lot from water.
Yeah.
The thing about water and all that infrastructure that we used to have with hydroelectric needs transportation, and it needs a lot of
maintenance as well.
They need a lot of resources. They need
Yeah.
a lot of infrastructure to conduct it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's getting a little bit old. Hydroelectrics are working, or let's say resources from water are working better when in a small communities they take advantage of a close water resource. But when you gotta transport it, it is not that sustainable.
Yeah.
But it's definitely always better than use petroleum or another resource that is not renewable at all.
Yeah.
So
Not only the issue with the traditional, if you want to call it, kind of energy resources, like you said, like oil and gas, is it's not only that it's not renewable, but also it's polluted and it's contaminated, and then producing carbon dioxide. So it's like a never-ending loop that we are in, and that is why renewable energy is the alternative that we should be looking at the long term, because not only we're going to run out of gas and petrol one day, but also this is a much cleaner way to produce energy. It's a very controversial topic that I'm not going to get into, but I'm just going to mention it, which is nuclear energy, because that is the cleanest of all energies. However, is the hardest to work with as well. So yes, I think.
But as we always said, the most important is know which energy is better, or what are you consuming to be better. I think the majority of these topics is use what you really need, and you will start to find out that you always need much less than you used to think. I mean, as much as you simplify your life, you will find out that you don't have to consume that much. So just less, whatever energy you are consuming and whatever is coming from, let's just try to reduce and be conscious.
Yes, less is more, people. Less is more. Anyway, I hope that you enjoy the rest of the day.
We will.
Very jealous. And have fun. And yes, and everybody, we shall see you next week. We're gonna link those products just so that you know, if you're interested or if you want to know.
Put it on
if
Amazon
you have used any as well, if you have used any or you have any recommendation, please do let us know. We want to hear from you. So don't forget to subscribe and to follow us, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, Johan.